My beloved child, I have waited for you. I have watched you walk through the years of your life, through your joys, through your sorrows, through the quiet nights when no one else saw your tears. And now I come to you, not in thunder or fire, but in a whisper that reaches your heart. Listen closely, my child, for this is not a message meant for the world. It is meant for you. I am speaking directly to your heart, and I ask you only one thing. Please answer this. For so long I have been calling. Sometimes through a sunrise that painted the sky with warmth, sometimes through the voice of a grandchild, laughing and running in the grass, sometimes through the stillness when you were alone, thinking of the past and wondering where time has gone. I have been calling to you in all these moments, not with demands, not with noise, but with love, the kind of love that never gives up. You may think your life has already been written, that your story is nearing its final chapters. But I tell you, my beloved, every day that you awaken, every breath you take, is a new word that I place upon the pages of your soul. You are still becoming, you are still growing, you are still loved beyond measure. I do not look at your years as humans do. I look at your heart, and I see the flame I placed there the day I formed you. It still burns, even when you feel tired or forgotten. You have walked a long road, haven't you? You have seen many seasons, the springtime of youth, the summer of strength, the autumn of wisdom, and perhaps now, the winter of reflection. And yet, I tell you this, even in winter, my garden is not dead. Beneath the frost, life waits to bloom again. So too does your soul wait for renewal, for the moment you say, "Yes, Lord, I hear you. I am here. That is all I need from you, my child, an answer." Do you remember when you were younger and faith came easily? When your heart trusted without question, when you believed without fear? Somewhere along the way, the noise of the world grew louder, didn't it? You faced disappointments, heartbreaks, losses you didn't understand. And perhaps somewhere deep inside you wondered, where was God when I needed him? I was there, my beloved. I was there in every tear that fell, in every sleepless night. I held you when you thought you were alone. I whispered comfort when no one else knew your pain. You may not have seen me, but I never left, not once. I know how heavy your heart has become at times. I see the questions you don't voice about purpose, about suffering, about the meaning of it all. I see the loneliness that sometimes creeps in when the world grows quiet. I see the regrets that haunt your mind, things said or left unsaid, choices you wish you could change. My beloved, listen to me now. There is nothing in your past that my love cannot heal. Nothing. You are not defined by your mistakes, by your failures, by the times you fell. You are defined by the love that I placed within you, and that love has never been lost. Do you know what I see when I look at you? I see, my child, not a stranger, not a sinner beyond redemption, not someone who has run out of time. I see the one I created in my image, the one I have loved since before the foundation of the world. And I am still reaching out my hand, saying, "Come back to me, let us walk together again." I do not ask you for perfection. I never have. I do not ask you to be strong all the time, or to carry every burden alone. I ask you only to let me into the quiet spaces of your heart, where fear and doubt have taken root. Let me be the light that chases away that darkness. Let me remind you of who you truly are, mine. You see, my child, life was never meant to be lived apart from me. The world teaches you to depend on yourself, to find meaning in possessions, achievements, or the approval of others. But those things fade. They always fade. Only love remains, the kind of love that comes from me and leads you back to me. That is why you still feel that emptiness sometimes, even when surrounded by blessings. That is why something inside you keeps searching, keeps longing. It is the echo of eternity calling you home. I know there are days when you look around and say, "The world has changed so much. People don't seem to care about God anymore." But I tell you, I have not changed. My love has not changed. My promise has not changed. And though the world may grow colder, my heart burns with the same fire that gave you life. The question is not whether I still love you. I always have. I always will. The question is, will you answer? My voice does not thunder as it once did at Sinai. Today, it whispers because I want to reach not your ears, but your heart. When you hear this message, I want you to feel it deep within your soul, as if the words are being spoken not through a recording, not through a screen, but directly into the quiet of your spirit, because they are. I am here now with you. Do not think that this message has come to you by chance. Nothing I do is by chance. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to be reminded that your life still has meaning, that your days still have purpose. I have plans for you not to harm you, but to give you peace, hope, and a future. Even now, at this moment in your journey, I am still writing blessings into your story. Look around, my beloved. Every breath you take, every sunrise you see, every smile you give, they are all reminders that I am not done with you. You may think the best years are behind you, but I tell you, some of the most beautiful moments of your life are still ahead. Because the beauty of your soul grows not with youth, but with love, and love, my child, never grows old. So I ask again, please answer this. I am knocking at the door of your heart. Will you open it? Will you let me in once more? Will you trust me enough to let me carry the worries you can no longer bear? Will you allow me to bring peace where there has been restlessness, and joy where there has been sorrow? You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. I am here, waiting for your yes, that small whisper of your soul that says, Lord, I am listening. That is all I need. Because once you let me in, everything else will begin to change, not because life will suddenly become easy, but because you will finally remember that you are not alone. You never were. My child, I see the longing in your heart. I see your desire to understand, to feel me again. That longing is not weakness, it is my gift to you. It is the sign that your soul still recognizes its Creator. And even if you have wandered, even if you have doubted, even if you have fallen, my love has never stopped pursuing you. I have followed you through every valley, through every shadow, through every silence. I have been waiting for this moment for you to hear my voice once more and to answer it. Please, my beloved, do not harden your heart. Do not tell yourself that it's too late, or that you've done too much wrong, or that your time has passed. Your soul is eternal. My mercy is endless. My arms are still open wide. I know you may be tired of the world, tired of the noise, tired of pretending to be strong. But you don't have to be strong before me. You just have to be honest. Speak to me as you would to a friend. Tell me your fears, your doubts, your memories, your regrets. I already know them, but I want you to share them, because when you speak them to me, they begin to lose their power over you. And as you do, you will begin to feel something, a quiet warmth in your spirit, a peace that you haven't felt in a long time. That is my presence. That is me, reminding you that you are still loved, still seen, still chosen. So, my child, as you listen to these words, take a deep breath. Let go of the burdens you've carried for so long. Let your heart be still, and hear me say this once more. I love you. I have always loved you. And I am asking you now, with all the tenderness of a father who misses his child, please answer this. Now that your heart is still and your spirit is listening, let us walk deeper together. You have heard my voice calling, and I am so grateful that you have paused to listen. For it is in this quiet place, away from the noise, away from the hurry, away from the world's distractions, that I can finally speak to you as I have long desired. You see, I do not shout above the storms of your life. I whisper through them, and it is only when you stop and listen that you begin to hear the truth that your soul has been yearning for. Let us reflect, you and I, upon your life not with guilt or regret, but with gentle truth and love. Look back upon your years and notice how many times I carried you when you thought you were walking alone. Do you remember that season of sorrow, when it felt like everything you loved was slipping away? Do you remember the nights you lay awake, staring into the darkness, wondering what your purpose was anymore? My child, Those were the moments when I was closest to you. I was the unseen presence beside your bed, the comfort in your tears, the strength that got you through one more day. You thought you survived because you were strong, but it was because I was holding you, even when you didn't know it. You have spent a lifetime searching for answers, haven't you? You searched for meaning in your work, in your family, in your achievements, in your relationships. You sought joy in the things you could see, the things you could hold, and many of those things were good, for I gave them to you. But they were never meant to replace me. They were signs, small reflections of my greater love, meant to guide you back to me. Do you see, my child, every blessing you ever received was a love letter from me. Every sunrise that painted the sky was my reminder that you were still part of something eternal. Every breath you took was a whisper of my spirit saying, "You are alive because I love you." And every hardship you endured, though painful, though mysterious, was never punishment. It was invitation, a gentle call for you to lean not on your own strength, but on mine. So many of my children misunderstand suffering. They think it means I am far away, when in truth I am never nearer than in their moments of pain. When you cried out, "God, where are you?" I was there, weeping with you. When you said, "God, I can't take any more," I was the one who gave you enough strength to take the next breath. And when you felt empty and broken, I was not disappointed in you. I was planting something new in your soul, something that only the soil of sorrow could grow. Compassion, wisdom, tenderness, faith that sees beyond sight. You may not realize it, but your heart has been shaped by every trial you have endured. The pain you thought would destroy you became the very thing that deepened you. That is how I work. My child, I turn wounds into wells of grace. I take what was meant for harm and transform it into healing. I make beauty from ashes, strength from weakness, life from what seems lifeless. This is the mystery of my love. There are moments when you look back and wonder why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain dreams faded. But I tell you this, every closed door was protection, every ending was preparation. Every loss was the beginning of something unseen. I do not waste your pain. I do not let your tears fall in vain. I gather every one of them and turn them into rivers of mercy that will one day refresh others who are thirsty. You see, your story is not just about you. It is part of a much greater tapestry that I am weaving, one that stretches across generations and hearts and nations. You may only see one thread, but I see the whole design. And every thread, every color, every turn, even the dark ones, has purpose. There are people who have been touched by your life in ways you do not even know. A kind word you once spoke, a prayer you once whispered, an act of forgiveness you offered, these were seeds you planted that are still bearing fruit. And even now, when you think your work is done, I say to you, your presence in this world still matters deeply. Every prayer you pray, every act of kindness you show, every bit of love you give, they still change the world more than you realize. Your wisdom, your gentleness, your patience, these are lights I use to guide others. Never think that your best days are behind you, my beloved. The days ahead hold treasures that are not of this world, peace that surpasses understanding, love that deepens with every sunrise, and the quiet joy of knowing me more intimately than ever before. But I know what you sometimes feel inside. You wonder if your life truly mattered. You wonder if I am proud of you. Oh, my child, if only you could see what I see. I see every time you chose kindness when anger would have been easier. I see every time you held your tongue, every time you forgave, every time you prayed for someone else even while you were hurting. I see the times you stumbled but got up again, the times you doubted but still hoped. Those moments are more precious to me than you could ever imagine. That is what love looks like to me, not perfection, but perseverance. You are not measured by your failures, but by your faithfulness. You are not judged by what you could not do, but by the love you tried to give. Even the smallest act of love, a smile, a helping hand, a word of encouragement is eternal when it is done in love. Do not underestimate the power of a gentle heart. For in my kingdom the meek are not forgotten, they are exalted. Sometimes you look at the world and feel overwhelmed by its darkness. You see anger, division, confusion, and you say, "What can I possibly do?" But I tell you, my beloved, you are not powerless. When you pray, light enters the darkness. When you love, hope begins to grow again. When you trust, heaven touches earth. The world does not need more noise. It needs more hearts like yours, hearts that listen, hearts that care, hearts that reflect my love. Take a moment now and breathe. Feel the air fill your lungs, that is my gift to you. Feel your heart beating, that is my life flowing within you. You are still here because there is still more love for you to receive and more love for you to give. I am not finished with you. There are still prayers only you can pray, people only you can comfort, kindnesses only you can share. You have seen much in your lifetime. You have seen joy and heartbreak, laughter and loss, beginnings and endings. You have witnessed the changing of seasons, not only in nature but in your own soul. And through it all, I have been teaching you to let go of what does not last and to hold on to what does. Faith, hope, and love. These three remain, and the greatest of these is love. When you reach the end of your days, my child, and you stand before me, I will not ask you how much you owned or how many titles you earned. I will ask you how much you loved. Did you love me? Did you love the people I placed in your life? Did you forgive? Did you show mercy? Did you trust? Because love, true, selfless, patient love, is the only thing that endures forever. That is the language of eternity. So I invite you now to reflect not with fear, but with gratitude. Look back and see how my hand has guided you even when you could not see it. Look around and notice that I am still providing, still protecting, still blessing. Look forward and know that I am already there, waiting to walk the rest of the journey with you. You are not walking toward darkness, my beloved. You are walking toward light, the everlasting light of my presence. And if ever you doubt that, remember this: I am closer to you now than ever before. I dwell not in far-off heavens, but within your very heart. I am in every breath, every heartbeat, every moment of quiet when you choose to listen. You do not need to find me in a distant place. You only need to open your heart and say, "Lord, I am here." Then you will feel me again, not as a faraway God, but as a father, a friend, a presence that never leaves. That is who I have always been. That is who I will always be. And as you continue to listen, my beloved, I will begin to show you more of the hope I have prepared for you, more of the joy that awaits, more of the peace that the world cannot give. So let your heart rest. You are loved beyond measure. You are seen. You are understood. And soon I will teach you how to rise again, stronger than before, not in the strength of the world, but in the quiet power of my Spirit. Now that your heart has reflected and remembered, let me fill it with hope. You have carried so much through the years, so many memories, responsibilities, and silent prayers, but I want you to know something very simple and very true. You are not walking this journey alone. I am with you, even now, even here, even in this very moment as you hear these words. My presence surrounds you like gentle light, even when you do not feel it. My hand rests upon your shoulder, even when you do not see it. I am closer to you than the breath in your lungs, nearer than the thoughts in your mind. You see, my beloved, I have never been far from you. Every step you have taken, I have walked beside you. Every fall you have had, I have been there to lift you up. Every sigh, every tear, every whispered prayer, I have heard them all. You have never been unseen by me. You have never been forgotten. You are my child, my creation, my joy, and I hold you close to my heart. I know there are days when your strength feels small, when your body aches, when your spirit feels weary. I know there are times when you look in the mirror and wonder where the years have gone. You see wrinkles, but I see wisdom. You see aging, but I see grace. I see a heart that has endured, a soul that has grown deeper through love and loss, through faith and perseverance. To me, you are more radiant now than ever before, because the beauty of your soul shines brighter than the body that carries it. Do not be afraid of growing older, my beloved. Age is not a sign of loss. It is the unfolding of your soul. Each year is another layer of grace, another chapter in your story with me. You are not moving toward the end. You are moving toward completion, the moment when your life becomes the perfect reflection of my love. The world may tell you that your worth fades with time, but I tell you the truth. In my eyes, your worth has only grown. You have been refined by time, by experience, by love, and by faith. You are my masterpiece, slowly being polished by the years until you shine with the brilliance of eternity. Do you remember, my child, the times when you thought you couldn't go on, and yet you did? When you thought the storm would destroy you, and yet you survived? Those moments were not accidents. Those were times when my strength carried you. You may not have felt powerful, but you were never powerless, because I was within you. The same power that parted the seas, that raised the dead, that created the universe, lives within your heart. You are not weak when you trust in me. You are unshakable because I am your foundation. When life feels uncertain, when the world seems confusing and heavy, I want you to rest in this truth. Nothing that happens is outside of my knowing. Not one moment, not one trial, not one tear is wasted. You may not understand everything now, but one day you will see how all the pieces fit together, how every detour had purpose, how every delay was mercy, how every heartbreak was a doorway to something deeper. Until then, hold my hand. I will guide you one step at a time. You do not need to see the entire road, just trust the one who walks it with you. And when fear tries to whisper that you are alone, remind yourself you are not. When doubt tries to say you are forgotten, tell it, my God knows my name. When sorrow tries to drown your hope, lift your eyes to me and say, you are my strength, Lord. Because the truth, my beloved, is that I am your refuge. I am your anchor in every storm, your light in every darkness, your peace in every battle. Do not let the troubles of the world steal your joy. The world's news changes everyday wars, conflicts, tragedies, but my truth never changes. My love never fades. I am still here, reigning above it all, and I am still at work, bringing good even out of pain. You may not see it yet, but I am working in ways far beyond your understanding. My plans are not defeated by the chaos of the world. They unfold quietly through those who still love, still pray, still believe. And you, my beloved, are one of them. You may think your prayers are small, but they are powerful. When you whisper a prayer for someone in pain, heaven moves. When you forgive someone who hurt you, light conquers darkness. When you share a kind word, you plant hope in another heart. These are not small things, they are miracles of grace. So I say to you, lift your head. Do not be afraid of tomorrow. I am already there. The same hand that carried you through yesterday will carry you through every day to come. The same love that sustained you in your youth will sustain you in your old age. The same Spirit that guided you through uncertainty will lead you home in peace. You have never been without me, and you never will be. I know you have questions, my child, questions about what lies ahead, questions about your purpose now, questions about the people you miss. Listen to me. Nothing and no one who belongs to me is ever lost. The ones you love who have gone before you are safe in my arms. They are not gone, they have simply gone ahead. One day you will see them again, not as they were, but as I made them to be whole, radiant, filled with joy beyond imagining. That reunion is part of the promise I have made to you. Let that hope comfort you when your heart aches for their presence. And as for your purpose, do not think it has ended. Every breath you take means I still have something beautiful to do through you. Perhaps it is a prayer. I need you to pray for someone who feels alone. Perhaps it is a word of kindness. I need you to speak to a weary soul. Perhaps it is simply the way your quiet faith inspires others to trust me more deeply. Your life still bears fruit, even if you cannot see it. Sometimes the most powerful testimonies are the silent ones, the peace on your face, the forgiveness in your heart, the faith that endures even in pain. You are a light, my beloved. The world needs your light. When you smile, when you love, when you forgive, the darkness trembles. When you believe even in uncertainty, angels rejoice. Never think that your presence doesn't matter. When you walk into a room, my presence goes with you. When you speak words of peace, heaven listens. You carry my spirit wherever you go, and that is a gift to this world. So I want you to rise again, not in your body alone, but in your spirit. Rise above the fear, the weariness, the doubt. You are stronger than you think, because you are mine. When you feel too tired to pray, whisper my name, I will hear it. When you cannot find the words, let your heart speak in silence, I understand it. When you feel weak, lean on me, I will carry you. You have no need to pretend to be strong in front of me. I am your strength. Let peace return to your soul, my child. Let hope fill the spaces where worry has lived. Let gratitude replace regret. Look not behind you with sadness, but ahead with trust. Every moment you live is an opportunity to love again, to forgive again, to believe again. Even now, I am doing something new in you. I am renewing your spirit, refreshing your heart, restoring your joy. I am not finished with you. I am preparing you for greater peace, for deeper love, for eternal joy. And I am asking you to do just one thing: stay close to me. Talk to me each day. When you wake up, say, "Thank you, Lord." When you rest, say, "I trust you, Lord." When you feel uncertain, say, "Guide me, Lord." I am listening always. My ears are never closed to you. My beloved, you are my treasure. You are my delight. You are the reason I sent my Son, so that nothing could ever separate you from my love. Whatever burdens you carry, bring them to me. Whatever guilt you still hold, let it go. I have already forgiven you. My mercy has no end. You are free to love, free to live, free to begin again. And so I say to you now, take courage, lift your eyes. The world may grow dark, but my light within you will never go out. I am your strength, your song, your salvation. I will lead you beside still waters and restore your soul. You will not walk alone. You are loved now and forever. You are safe in my hands. You are home in my heart, now that you have felt my comfort and peace. I must speak to you about something very important, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Because I love you, I must tell you the truth. Love that does not guide is not love at all. So listen closely, my precious one, for these words come from the same heart that holds you, the same hands that shaped you, the same voice that calls you home. You live in a world that has grown loud and restless. There are many voices speaking, each one promising happiness, each one claiming to know the truth, but not every voice is mine. Some voices lead you toward peace, others lead you toward confusion. Some whisper comfort, others sow fear. I want you to know how to tell the difference. The voice that brings peace, that fills you with gentleness, that draws you closer to love that is mine. The voice that leaves you anxious, divided, or hopeless, that is not of me. Do not follow it. My beloved, the world has forgotten how to listen. So many rush through their days chasing after things that cannot satisfy the soul: wealth, pleasure, praise, power. They fill their homes with possessions, but their hearts remain empty. They speak much but pray little. They seek comfort but not conversion. They honor me with words, but their hearts are far away, and I weep, for I see my children wandering farther from the truth that gives life. You, my child, must not be like them. I call you to live differently. I call you to live with simplicity, humility, and faith. For the time you have on earth is short a breath compared to eternity, and I do not want you to waste it on what does not last. Do not store treasures where rust and decay can reach them. Store treasures in heaven: kindness, mercy, forgiveness, love. These are the things that will follow you into eternity. Be careful what you allow into your heart. There are things the world now calls good that are not good. There are paths that look easy but lead to sorrow. Many things appear harmless, but they slowly draw the soul away from me. Anger that becomes bitterness, comfort that turns into laziness, distractions that drown out prayer. My warning to you is simple. Guard your heart. Protect the light within you. Do not let the noise of the world dim it. There are people who will mock faith, who will say that prayer is useless, that morality is old-fashioned, that you must live for yourself alone. But I tell you, those words are lies. The truth is this: a life without love is empty, and a soul without me is lost. Do not let the darkness of this age deceive you into thinking that holiness is weakness, or that goodness is naive. To live with love, to forgive when it hurts, to stay kind when the world is cruel, these are the marks of the strongest hearts. And I want your heart to remain strong. So I give you this guidance: stay rooted in prayer. Speak to me daily, even if your words are few. A single sincere prayer can move heaven. When you wake, thank me for the gift of life. When you eat, bless the food I have provided. When you feel worry rising, call my name. When you lie down to rest, place your fears into my hands. These small acts of faith keep the soul alive. Do not let your faith grow cold, my beloved. The fire of belief must be fed. Feed it with my word. Feed it with gratitude. Feed it with love. There will be days when prayer feels dry, when faith feels distant. That is when you must hold on most tightly. For even when you cannot feel me, I am still there, working quietly in your soul, purifying your love, deepening your trust. I also want you to remember to forgive. There are some wounds in your heart that you have carried for many years. You have learned to live with them, but they still ache in quiet moments. Perhaps someone hurt you deeply, or spoke against you, or abandoned you when you needed them most. My beloved, let it go, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. When you hold on to anger, you chain yourself to the past. When you forgive, you set yourself free. I will deal with every injustice. That is my work, not yours. Your task is to love and to let me handle the rest. You must also forgive yourself. You have looked back on your life and said, "If only I had done things differently." You have carried regret like a stone in your chest. But hear me clearly, I have already forgiven you. The moment you turned your heart toward me and whispered, "Lord, I'm sorry," I cast your sins into the depths of the sea. They are gone. Do not go diving to retrieve what I have already erased. Live in the freedom of my mercy. Let your past become testimony, not torment. Be mindful, too, of how you spend your time. The days pass quickly, and each one is a gift. Do not waste your hours in worry or complaint. Worry changes nothing, but trust changes everything. Instead of saying, "What if?" say, "God will." Instead of complaining, give thanks. Gratitude opens the door to my presence. When you choose to thank me even in hardship, you rise above fear, and you begin to live with heavenly peace. And my beloved, be alert to the ways the enemy tries to discourage you. He does not always come with loud temptations or obvious sin. Sometimes he comes in subtle ways, through fatigue, through doubt, through small compromises. He whispers, "It doesn't matter," or "You're too old to change," or "God has forgotten you." Those are lies. I will never forget you. You are engraved upon the palms of my hands. You are loved beyond all measure, no matter what your age or condition. If you still draw breath, it means I still have purpose for you. The enemy wants you to believe that holiness is only for the young, that your time of growing in faith has passed. But I tell you, holiness does not retire. The soul continues to bloom until its final breath. The years you have now are sacred. They are the golden season of your life. This is the time when your faith can shine brightest, when your prayers can carry the greatest power, when your love can reach the deepest hearts. The world needs the wisdom of souls like yours, gentle, tested, patient, faithful. Do not be afraid of what is to come. Many fear the future wars, sickness, death, but fear is not from me. Trust me, my beloved. Whatever comes, I will be with you. When the earth trembles, my hand will steady you. When the night grows dark, my light will guide you. When your body weakens, my spirit will strengthen you. There is nothing to fear when you walk with me, for I am your refuge and your home. But do not grow careless either. Time is precious, and I call you to use it wisely. Live each day as if it were your last, not with dread, but with purpose. Say what needs to be said. Love those who need to be loved. Forgive those who need to be forgiven. Make peace with those you've quarreled with. Do not wait for tomorrow is never promised. Every heartbeat is a gift. Make it count. Be also watchful over your thoughts. What you dwell upon shapes who you become. If you fill your mind with fear, you will live in fear. If you fill it with gratitude, you will live in peace. If you fill it with my word, you will live in truth. So turn off the voices that bring you anxiety and turn your heart toward me. I will speak peace into your soul if you let me. I have one more warning, my child. Do not let your heart grow numb to love. The world will try to harden you with cynicism, with disappointment, with loss. But do not let it. Keep your heart soft. Keep believing that goodness still exists, that kindness still matters, that miracles still happen. Because they do. You may not always see them, but they surround you in the smile of a stranger, in the laughter of a child, in the quiet faith of a prayer whispered in the dark. These are the signs that I am still at work in the world. My beloved, walk carefully, but do not walk in fear. Walk wisely, but not with worry. Walk humbly, but with confidence that you are mine. Let your life be a light that reminds others of me. Speak truth with love. Show compassion without judgment. Stand firm in faith even when others fall away. Let your kindness be your witness. Let your peace be your testimony. And when temptation comes to despair, to anger, to doubt, remember that my grace is always greater. You will stumble sometimes, but do not stay down. Reach for my hand, I will lift you again. Do not let the weight of the world steal the joy that I have placed within you. Joy is not found in circumstances, it is found in me. So take these words as both warning and promise. The world will change, but I will not. The years will pass, but my love will remain. Do not drift with the tide of this age, anchor yourself in me. For the storms are many, but the harbor is safe. Stay close to my heart, and you will find peace even in troubled waters. My child, I speak these things not to burden you, but to bless you, because I want you to live in truth, to walk in peace, to finish your journey with joy. I want you to see clearly, to love deeply, to trust completely. I want you to be ready, not afraid, not uncertain, but ready when I call you into the fullness of my light. So listen, take these words to heart, and remember, I am not far away. I am as near as your next prayer. You are safe, you are loved, you are mine. My beloved child, now that I have spoken of truth and warning, I must speak of what matters most, love. Because everything I have ever said, everything I have ever done, flows from one eternal truth. I love you. You have heard those words many times before, but I want you to feel them now, as if for the first time. Let them sink into your soul. Let them melt away every doubt, every fear, every lie that has ever told you otherwise. You are loved not because you are perfect, not because you always prayed, not because you always understood, but simply because you are mine. Before you ever took your first breath, I saw you and said, "This one is my beloved." I shaped you in the secret place, wove your soul with my own breath, and whispered into your heart, "Live, love, and come home to me." Even now, I look upon you with tenderness. I see every scar you've carried, every tear you've hidden, every prayer you've whispered when no one else was listening. I have not missed a single one. You may think your prayers were small or forgotten, but they were not. Each one reached me. Each one touched my heart. I kept them, all of them, like treasures, like tiny jewels of faith shining in the darkness. When you felt lost and thought no one saw you, I saw you. When you felt unworthy, I called you worthy. When you walked through nights of loneliness, I walked beside you. You didn't always notice me, because sometimes I was silent. But silence is not absence. My silence often means I am working in ways you cannot yet see, preparing the path, shaping the outcome, teaching your heart to trust even when it cannot see the way. My beloved, I want you to understand something deeply. You were never meant to journey alone. The ache you sometimes feel inside, that quiet longing for something more, that emptiness even when life seems full, that is the echo of your soul calling out for me. Nothing on earth can fill that space, because it was made for me alone. No success, no possession, no relationship can take my place. You will always hunger until you rest in my love. That is not a punishment, it is how I made you. You were created to need me, not because I am selfish, but because I am the source of your joy. So I ask you now, my beloved one, will you come back to me? Truly come back, not only in words, not only in fear, but in love. I am standing at the door of your heart, knocking softly. I will not force my way in. I will wait until you open. I will wait until you say, Lord, I'm ready to be yours again. And the very moment you say it, I will run to you. I will embrace you as if you were the only soul in the universe, because to me you are that precious. Do not be afraid to return. Do not say, it's too late, or I've gone too far, or I've failed too many times. You could never go so far that my mercy cannot reach you. If you take one step toward me, I will take 1,000 toward you. My mercy is not a small stream, it is an endless ocean, and you, my child, are invited to dive into it, to let it wash away your guilt, your fear, your past, and make you new again. I have watched you carry burdens that were never meant to be yours. Worry, guilt, bitterness, they have weighed upon your shoulders. Let them go now. Lay them at my feet. You do not have to be strong all the time. You do not have to carry the world on your back. That is my work, not yours. I am the one who holds the universe together. You only need to rest in me. Rest, my beloved. Rest in my love. You have tried so hard to fix everything, to be strong for everyone, to make sense of every trial. But some things are not meant to be understood, they are meant to be trusted. You may not see the full picture now, but one day, when you stand in my presence, you will see how every tear, every disappointment, every delay was shaping you for glory. You will see how even the pain had purpose. There are things you've lost that you still mourn, people you loved, opportunities that passed, moments that will never return. I know the ache of those losses. I, too, have known grief. My son wept over the tomb of his friend. He felt the sting of rejection, the weight of suffering. You are not alone in your pain. When you weep, I weep with you. When you hurt, I hold you closer. I do not waste pain, I transform it. From every wound I bring healing, from every loss I bring redemption, from every ending I bring new beginnings. Do not fear death, my beloved. So many of my children tremble at the thought of it as if it were the end. But death is not an end, it is a doorway. It is the moment when the soul steps from shadow into light, from the temporary into the eternal. When that moment comes, I will be there, waiting. I will call your name, and you will recognize my voice. You will not be alone in that moment, for I will hold your hand and lead you into the home I have prepared for you since the beginning of time. In that home, there is no more pain, no more tears, no more parting. The light never fades, the love never ends. You will see the faces of those who went before you, and your heart will know perfect peace. You will understand why things happened the way they did. You will see that everything led you back to me. But until that day comes, I want you to live, truly live. Do not wait for heaven to begin to love, to forgive, to laugh, to pray. Heaven begins the moment you open your heart to me. Heaven begins when you let go of bitterness, when you choose compassion, when you find joy in the simple gifts I place before you: a sunrise, a song, a smile, a breath. These are my whispers reminding you that I am near. Keep loving, my child. Keep giving even when it costs you. Keep forgiving even when it hurts. Keep hoping even when the world says it's hopeless. Because when you live with love, you reflect me. Every small act of kindness sends ripples into eternity. Every word of encouragement becomes a seed that grows in another soul. You may not see the fruit of it in your lifetime, but I do. Nothing done in love is ever wasted. You may think your life has been ordinary, but in my eyes it has been full of holy moments. Every prayer you prayed in secret, every tear you wiped from another's face, every time you chose to be patient, every time you said, "I forgive." Those are the moments that matter. Those are the moments that echo forever in eternity. And now, my beloved, I ask you one final question, the question at the heart of everything. Will you love me back? Not just in words, not just in fear of punishment, but with your whole heart. Love me in your thoughts, in your choices, in how you treat others. Love me when it's easy and when it's hard. Love me by trusting me, even when you don't understand my ways, because when you love me, you will find yourself again. You will find your peace, your joy, your purpose. You will find that you were never lost, you were simply walking your way back home to my arms. Come home to me, my beloved. Come home not in fear, but in love. I am not angry, I am waiting. I am not distant, I am near. I am not condemning, I am calling. I am your Father, your Creator, your friend, and I long to see your face lifted toward mine once more. So come. Open your heart and speak to me. You don't need fancy words. Just speak honestly, "Father, I'm here. I want to love you again." That is enough. That single sentence will shake the heavens with joy. For every time one of my children returns, all of heaven sings. Let me end with this promise. I will never leave you. I will never stop loving you. Even when you forget me, I will still remember you. Even when you fall, I will lift you. Even when the world changes, my love for you will not. You are mine forever, and nothing, not sin, not sorrow, not even death can separate you from my love. So live in peace, my beloved. Walk in light. Speak kindness. Choose forgiveness. Keep your eyes on heaven and your heart in my hands. For the day will come when you will see me face to face, and when that moment comes, you will understand that everything, every breath, every trial, every joy was leading you here. To me, I love you. I have always loved you. I will always love you. Now and forever you are mine.